Welcome back everybody, and today I am going to do a video on how to use a spear in SAOIF. And just to remind everybody, this is absolutely 100% my opinion. Everybody has their own opinions. And if you disagree with anything I say, leave a comment down below. So let's go ahead and begin. A few things to remember about using the spear is that it is a two-handed weapon. You cannot have a shield with it, which means that your defense is going to be low. That's about as far downfall that you'll get with it. Now, some positive things about it is that since it's a two-handed weapon, it means it's going to deal a lot of damage. Not as much as a two-handed battle axe, but just enough for you to notice the difference between a two-handed weapon and a one-handed weapon. More positivities about the spear is that it has a lot of skills that can benefit it a lot. Like one of the skills that you can actually personally buy, which I think is $7.99. That's up to you. And I think it's also one of the easiest skills to get in one of the draws. I think it does 600+% damage. It's just a one-hit attack that hits all enemies around you. And it increases your defense by about 10% for 15 seconds. That's a plus. Other great things you can do with the spear is that if you give it to your partner, and let's say your partner uses the skill that I just got done talking about, that buff will also go to you. So if you're using the skill or your partner is, it's going to benefit you both just as equally. My opinion is probably the best, if not one of the best weapons to use in the game, because it's not slow with its attack rate like the battle axe. It actually has a decent pace, kind of like the sword, and it does slightly less damage than a battle axe, but more than a sword. So that's something to keep in mind. It's actually really easy to get stats for it. Now, what I mean by that is that, unlike with the sword, the spear is really easy to keep an ideal profile of stats you should have, as in have about kind of below average defense because you're not going to really invest in that. High HP, high attack, simple as that. Unlike with the sword and shield, you gotta kind of toss it up in the air, in between situations. With the spear, it kind of is generally good in every situation. Probably the weakest point on certain situations is probably events, and that's because the benefits or the buffs that it can give you with its skills doesn't add on to the online partners you got. And if your online partner has a spear, its buffs doesn't go to you. It'll only work with your partner, your in-game partner, which is okay, I guess. Sorry, it's late at night, not 100% feeling well. I don't know what's going on, and I'm trying to stay quiet to keep my roommates from getting mad. Other things about the spear. Some of the skills with spears, it has element of slashing, and it has jabbing, I think is what it's called, which is really unique because no other skills, no other weapons to my knowledge does that. So it has a lot of benefits to it. It's really great in early game because it allows you to grind out materials super quickly. It's great mid game because it allows you to kind of do a few events here and there. Now, I just said just earlier that they're not great at it, but I didn't say they're not. I didn't say they were worthless. I just said they're not as great at it. But you can definitely still use it and still be successful at it. And late game, it's just amazing to have. It allows you to level up really quickly and allows you to keep up with some of the more higher ranked players. Like, for example, I'm level 80, and I always use a sword and shield, and I struggle with leveling up. But I've seen some of the spear users; they just level up really quick. Like one of my friends, I forgot his username, and I can never find him in my chat. I don't know why. But when him and I were first playing, uh, I was like 30 levels ahead of him, and then now all of a sudden he's like level 90 out of all the blue, and I play this game like almost every day. So that's one thing to keep in mind. It's really great at grinding. So, an ideal full set for a spear, which I think I said earlier, but I'm going to remind you: high HP, high attack, kind of low, slightly well, below average defense, and you should always have a skill set that constantly buffs you. So like you can have one, like have a skill that does defense, have a skill that does crit rate, have a skill that helps refill your switch gauge, have a skill that buffs you even more right when, or benefits you right when you do your switch, which is normally an ideal set for any skill, or any weapon, I should say, not skill. Any weapon that you run, except for the club. That one's an entirely different story. But the spear, one of the easiest weapons to run. For example, for the simple fact that it's easy to get good skills with it. It's easy to grind the game through with it, and it's easy to get good stats with it. And not even that, the one thing I didn't even talk about was grinding materials for you to get better spears for it. They're even easy to get. So overall, the spear is probably the best, if not, like I said, one of the best, probably like second, maybe third at worst, weapon to use in the game. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.